All right, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch something from the Dark Force Entertainment double Blu-ray with Flossie. We're going to watch something called Keep It Up, Jack. Let's check it out.
This precious stone.
This guy's name is Jack. He's some sort of performer.
This realm. This England.
Jealous, that's all.
This is his boss, and this is going to be his last day working.
Oh, yes, Mr. Fairbrother. Anything particular you wanted to say to me?
Yes, you're sacked.
Oh, thank you very... Sacked? Fired?
I was referring to Aunt Letitia.
And then he gets some news that his aunt died.
Aunt Letitia? Oh, something happened then?
Car crash, I'm afraid. Dead. Left you a substantial property.
Turns out he gets her
What
house.
sort of property?
A large Edwardian house standing in several acres of Ascot. Furthermore, the...
Mr. Clark.
But this is no ordinary house.
Are you trying to tell me that I've inherited a brothel?
Oh, it is a very high-class establishment.
Didn't know there was anyone in here.
He was told there was nobody there, no girls there anymore. But
yes.
Virginia's there.
Who are you?
That's Sue Longhurst.
Jack James.
You look familiar. Do I know you?
Yes, you might. I used to do a turn. I'm a performer. There's so much about you.
He decides later on to dress up as his deceased aunt so that they can keep the business going.
Well, I'm ready to go to work again. If you'll have me.
Yes, well, that's all very well, dear, but...
Auntie! You've got it on!
Turns out she was having an affair with the aunt.
Confess, you were expecting me. Such a real one. Isn't it good?
So he keeps up the ruse, and Virginia brings in some more ladies.
Auntie, these are the two girls I told you about. Hello, Auntie. This is Gloria, and that's Caroline.
Girls, patience.
They also bring in Francine.
Hi, Aunt Letitia. I'm Francine, and I'm raring to go.
Sometimes he puts on a fake bald head and samples the help. He continues his ruse, and before long, the brothel is hopping once again. They have all kinds of fetish things they do. This is a lady with leather. But he eventually feels it's just too much.
I've decided to close the house for good.
Do what? She's flipped. I have to remind you that last night you handed over the running of the entire establishment to me.
Which he did.
And I say we carry on.
Okay.
Then a new girl comes in. Her name is Flair.
Well, I think you're eminently suitable to work in this house.
And Jack slash Auntie
Madame Letitia is not quite herself today. And anyway, I make the decision.
is going to be infatuated with her.
Come outside and wait a moment.
You're absolutely right. Okay, you look after the rest of the girls. Do what you like, but I decide who Fleur sees or doesn't see. Right?
Anything you say, Auntie.
He wants to be with Flair, but he can't be himself, so he decides to disguise himself as a Japanese man.
You give me a call. Anytime you're in Yokohama.
Things were a little less PC in the 70s.
Hello, new girl. We want to know what the competition is. Drink it.
I think they might be a little jealous of her, but actually they're not. They want to get with her, and I can't show you that. It's great, though. But they have a big party with each other. Catches him in the shower, but doesn't realize it's Auntie. But gets in with him anyway. Surprise. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
And guess what they get? Auntie Jack for a present.
Oh, bloody hell.
You don't know what you're missing.
I'll manage.
She doesn't, or I'm sorry, he
I'm
doesn't
gonna
have
lie
any
here
interest.
and let you think about it.
How nice.
But they might. Romance picks up between Jack and Fleur, and he's making his move.
Didn't forget our package.
Disguising himself, this time as a Texas billionaire or something. He wants nobody to be with her but him.
I'd like you to.
Ed Smith. Mighty proud to meet you, ma'am.
How are we all?
But she figures out the ruse.
Alias Kamikaze Joe. Alias the Sheik of Araby. Alias Speedy Gonzales. Now what's it all about? Where does
She figures it all out in Virginia, and he's got to tell her what's going on,
Oh no.
and she wants part of the business.
Don't tell me. Your auntie.
All that is,
So they decide to plan, pretend that she dies.
who was never suited to our way of life. You, Fleur, I trust will marry Jack, my nephew.
If
Yes, but she hasn't
They
got it
really
now,
go
has she?
all out with this.
you're right. Farewell, auntie.
Love that mirror on the coffin. Our movie ends at the funeral for the auntie, who obviously wasn't really in that coffin. And Jack and Fleur ride off into the sunset. All right, let's talk about this movie, Keep It Up, Jack. I'd never heard of this movie before, but I collected all the Dark Force double Blu-rays from their what are they, driving collections. I'm not sure what these are. This is number 15. Has a movie called Flossie on here. Flossie, by the way, has some adult inserts. I'm sorry, not an adult inserts. It is an adult film. It's a porn movie. But Keep It Up, Jack is not. However, there are some inserts in here of adults. So I don't think it was the actors and actresses who were involved, but it was hard to tell because it looked like it was, I don't know, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Not the main actors and actresses, but some of the extra people may have been. But anyway, very few scenes like that in there, but they're in there. Anyway, the plot of this movie is this guy, Jack, he gets fired from his job. He's some sort of, I don't want to say vaudeville performer, but he's some sort of performer on stage. He gets fired, and then he finds out that he has inherited his a house from his aunt who just recently passed away. And in fact, the house used to be a brothel. So he goes to the house and he finds one of the prostitutes still there. He didn't think there was anybody there, but there was. Sue Longhurst is her name. She's an actor, a British actress. I think I have a few other movies. I think she's in some of those Confessions movies, like Confessions of a Window Cleaner and that sort of thing that I reviewed earlier. Those are coming out on Blu-ray too, by the way. They should be arriving at my house within the next few days. I digress. Anyway, so he goes to this house and he's kind of taken with Virginia, but he ends up dressing up like his aunt because nobody knows that his aunt is dead. So he dresses up as the aunt to kind of keep the ruse going that they can keep the brothel open. So that's what he does. And Virginia brings in some other girls. And next thing you know, the brothel is thriving again. And eventually she does find out who he really is. But nobody else does. Everybody thinks he is the aunt. I can't remember what the aunt's name was. But anyway, eventually this other girl comes in named Fleur, F-L-E-U-R, I think it was spelled. And he's really taken by her. She's kind of young and I don't want to say virginal, but kind of. And he doesn't want anybody else to have her. He kind of falls for her. So he keeps coming to the place dressed in disguises, like a Japanese man and this rich Texas billionaire or something like that. He doesn't want anybody else to touch her. Eventually, it's decided that when he gets caught again later on by somebody else, that the ruse is up and they have to somehow continue. So he and this woman devise a plan that he'll dress up as the aunt one more time and be on her deathbed. She's going to pass away. And then she's going to give $15,000 to her and somebody else. And to Fleur, he says, I think I want you to marry my nephew, Jack, who is himself, obviously. So the movie ends with a funeral for the aunt. And then Jack and Fleur walk away and get into a car, and that's how our movie ends. There you go. Not much of a plot here. It's basically the antics at a brothel. There's plenty of nudity in this movie, plenty of full frontal nudity, both male and female, actually. And like I said, there was some actual inserts in here of an adult nature, let's just say that, but not a ton of them. But the nudity that was there was a little more risque than usual. But those actual hard inserts, I think there was maybe only one scene of that. Actually, two scenes. There was one scene with 3 women and some wine bottles. We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, you know what you're getting into with one of these British saucy sex comedies. It is what it is. When this came out, 1974, I'm not sure, something like that. And it's not as silly as some of those later films, like the Confessions movies, not as much slapstick, really, but it's in that same kind of tone. And again, you know what you're getting when you watch a movie like this, and in that regards, it delivers. It is what it is. Not a great film, but not a bad one, and it is decent for what it is. I don't really have a desire to watch this again, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Flossie, the other movie on here, that is a complete adult film, and it's fine. I can't review stuff like that on YouTube, though, but again, I really like these Dark Force Entertainment Blu-rays. I'll put a link to it down below. I think they have 22 of these double ones out there now. I have them all now. I had the last 6 come in, including this one, about a week ago, so I'm happy to have them all. Check it out. Leave some comments. I'll leave a link down below to Amazon if you want to check it out, and you should. Let me know what you think about it. It's called Keep It Up, Jack. Watch it. Bye. Keep it up, Jack.